So, good day everyone. We are Group 4. We are here today to talk about Module 5, the telephone system and techniques, to be led by Mr. Lucy.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is our report, Group 5, Group 4, Module 5, Telephone System and Techniques. Telephone. First is, what is telephone system? The business telephone system is an asset in today's offices. It has become as much as a part of the business in our multinational commercial world as the computers. Most of the business transactions of the executives are conducted on the phone every working day, which saves time and efforts of both parties, unlike meeting face to face, which requires travel time and other resources. So the telephone is one of the important and commonly used tools in business. Multitudes of business companies and departments use telephones in their work every day. Ang telephone ay isang link sa pagitan ng mundo at sa labas ng ating negosyo o departamento. An efficient business telephone system ay nagbibigay daan sa mabuting komunikasyon sa pagitan ng samahan at ng mga customer. Nag-aalok ang telepono ng isang mas mabilis at napakikipag-ugnayan kaysa sa email, mas personal at madali at mas mabilis gamitin. While e-email and mail communication may be efficient, the telephone is still an ideal way to contact customer. Phone calls create stronger relationships, foster clear communication, and allow you and your customer to save time by getting the answer you need in real time. So, also, a business telephone system is a multi-line telephone system typically used in a business environment, encompassing system ranging in technology from the key telephone system to the private branch exchange. So, paano nga ba nag-work o gumagana ang telephone system or the telephone? The base connects the telephone to an electric current through a wire. When the caller speaks into a telephone, the microphone changes the sound of the person's voice into an electrical or into an electric signal. When the signal reaches the telephone at the other end, its loudspeaker changes it back into the sound of the caller's voice. So next po is the telephone equipment. We have two telephone equipment. The first one is single line telephones and the second one is multi-line telephones. First, single line telephones. These are used in homes and small offices which has only one or single line available. A traditional TDM single line phone set is a basic phone, similar to telephones that most users might find in their own homes, made, up made up of a handset and base with a keypad. Though the TDM basic single line phones are simple, they can allow for additional features as required to suit the user's need. IP-based single-line telephone sets offer many advanced services and features, including mobility and presence. More information IP-based single-line sets is available at user guides. While multi-line telephones, these telephones allow one person to handle several telephone lines and may be equipped with 10 to 30 buttons. If a call comes in one line while an individual is talking on another line, the hold button can be utilized to pick up another call. So it means the traditional or multi-line phone system referred to key telephone system where users have a single phone to host multi-phone numbers. Users accept incoming calls or make outgoing calls by pressing a dedicated key for a particular phone number. It is very limited setup and are mostly used by smaller businesses that need a system to host multiple company phone numbers but cannot afford an on-premise PBX system. The cloud, however, changes all that. The modern multi-line phone system now refers to cloud-hosted phone systems that can host multiple business phone numbers in a cloud PBX system that answer all incoming calls and routes it to the right virtual extension. It provides businesses an advanced PBX system that handles incoming calls to each virtual phone number based on the rules specified for each. While most users will use a single line telephone, multi-line sets are also available. A phone is more robust than a basic single line phone in that it has additional buttons on the base that place features and additional phone lines at the user fingertips. Next naman is telephone equipment. Optional telephone features. Programmable speed dialing buttons that allow the operator to pre-program frequently dialed numbers. A, a speakerphone with a built-in transmitter and volume control that will permit both sides of a telephone conversation to be amplified. This feature allow more than one person to engage in the conversation and is also hands-free, allowing the individuals using the phone to move around the room while talking. Sa next slide po is malalaman po about yung sa dialing features. Dialing features are call waiting, caller ID, call forwarding, conference calling, and voice messaging. The first one is call waiting. Means that if you have an incoming call while you are already on the line, the call waiting feature will alert you. You may then put the first party on hold while you connect to your second call. This feature will greatly reduce missed calls due to a busy phone. Next naman po is caller ID or also known as call number ID. Call number identification enables you to view the number, date and time of an incoming call. Most call ID devices will store up to 60 received calls. To use, simply connect your call ID device to your telephone. Calls will be displayed on your phone as they come in. Note, call ID information will show after the second ring. Next naman po is forwarding. Call forwarding. This feature allows you to automatically forward your calls to another number anytime you choose. Easy to use and change forward to numbers. This feature eliminates missed calls. This feature will work with local or long distance calls, cellular phones, and pagers. And next, conference calling. A conference call is a telephone call in which someone talks to several people at the same time. The conference call may be designed to allow the called party to participate during the call or set up so that the call party merely listens into the call and cannot speak. And lastly, voice messaging. Voice messaging is an instant communication technology in which messages are transmitted via voice media. Voice messaging is an alternative to voice calls or text messages. It stores voice messages in a voicemail which can be accessed via a smart device or even a landline phone. For overall, optional telephone service are telephone services that are meant to help customers make better use of their telephone. For example nga kanina po, if you have if you want to view the telephone number of an incoming call, you may choose to subscribe to caller ID. And next naman po is special telephone equipment. We have two special telephone equipment, the cellular and cordless telephones. First is cellular telephones. Cellular telephones are simply cell phones or portable devices that may be used in motor vehicles or by pedestrians. Communicating by radio waves, they permit a significant degree of mobility within a defined serving region that may range in area from a few city blocks to hundreds of square kilometers. Mobile phones are used for a variety of purposes, such as keeping in touch with family members, for conducting business, and in order to have access to a telephone in the event of an emergency. Some people carry more than one mobile phone for different purposes, such as for business and personal use. A phone with a phone with access to a cellular radio system so it can be used over a wide area without a physical connection to a network. While cordless telephone or portable telephone is a telephone in which the handset is portable but able to be used like landline phone communication. Only it operates by radio frequency transmission and not a physical insulated wire or telephone line. The base unit works to charge the battery and phone when not used, and in some cases, also has the ability to record answer phone messages when you're out of the house and unable to receive a call. The main benefit of cordless phone is the ability to make and receive calls from anywhere in the property. Also, the cordless phones consist of a base station and the cordless phone itself. The station is connected directly to a home's phone landline with a standard phone cord. A cordless phone a cordless phone will not work if it is outside or of the range of the base station, while cellular phone exchange data with a cellular data tower. And lastly, a cordless phone will not work if it is outside of the range of the base station, and the cellular phones exchange voice data with the cellular data tower. Ayun po.
So, telephone etiquette, it is being respectful to the person you are talking with, showing consideration for the other person's limitations, allowing that person time to speak, and communicating clearly and much more. So, telephone etiquette, ito yung way ng pagpapakita at paggamit mo ng iyong manners to represent yourself and your business sa customer mo via telephone communication. So, nakapaloob nga dito yung pakikipag-usap natin sa kanila ng respectful, kung paano natin sila gini-greet, yung body language, yung tono ng voice natin, yung listening skills, and yung mga kung ano yung mga salita na bibitawan natin sa kanila or yung word choice and kung paano mo dadalhin yung daloy o takbo nung communication niyo sa telephone. And according to my research, good telephone etiquette is critical for the success of your business. In fact, 90% of consumers will not do business with company after nilang maka-experience ng poor customer service via phone call. And sinasabi rin po na ang telephone etiquette is one of the most important elements sa customer service. And mahalaga rin na ipaalam natin sa mga callers natin or customers na nakikinig tayo sa kanila and tunay yung pagmamalasakit natin sa mga sinasabi nila. And nakakatulong 'to para maka-build tayo ng customer loyalty and na-encourage natin sila na tumawag ulit sa atin. Pa-next po. Pa-next, Ian. So, eto. To be effective on telephone conversation, Calkins and Hans suggested these several techniques that will help you. So, ito yung mga pag-uugali na dapat nating i-apply sa telephone conversation. Hindi ko na po siya iisa-isahin, isa-summarize ko na lang. So, hindi mawawala yung develop pleasant voice. Kailangan yung tono nung boses natin, isa siya sa mahalagang factor sa proper phone call kasi yung caller maaari siyang bumuo ng isang opinyon sa negosyo mo based na sa naging ugali mo over the phone call. And sumunod naman yung hindi maiiwasan may mga caller tayo na masyadong OA. So, dapat ikaw na kausap niya, patuloy ka lang na nakikinig at iniintindi mo yung mga sinasabi niya. At maging mahinahon ka lang din, huwag kang makisabay sa kanya. Kailangan maging mahinahon ka lang din at umisip ka ng tulong na maibibigay mo sa kanya. Sumunod is yung ask questions tactfully. So, we ask questions to gain more information para dun sa mga punto na kailangan linawin dun sa mga sinasabi niya. So, sunod is yung avoid slang words. So, ito yung kailangan sa mga iwasan kasi negative yung magiging impact nito sa mga customers. And don't use slang or buzzwords. Instead of saying okay or no problem, for instance, ang sasabihin na lang certainly, very well, or alright. And sinasabi rin na kung ikaw daw yung tipo ng person na mahilig gumamit ng fillers sa mga salita, katulad nung aha, o kaya yung mga phrases na like or you know, kailangan daw i-train mo yung sarili mo ng mabuti na hindi gumamit nito kapag ka nakikipag-usap ka via phone call. And isa pa is yung terminate calls courteously. So, after natin makipag-usap sa call, yung call babakasan natin siya ng maayos at may galang. So, yung common na sinasabi ng mga agents kapag mag-e-end na sila ng call is yung thanks for calling and if you have any additional questions, please call us. So, positive yung dating nun sa customer. So, na-encourage sila na tumawag ulit sa kanila. And yung isa is handle problem calls. So, katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi natin maiiwasan na magkaroon ng mga tough customer. So, para ma-handle natin sila, may mga tips or ways para ma-handle natin sila. Una is yung listen. Kailangan makinig ka para alam mo kung ano yung maibibigay mong tulong sa kanya. Second, mag-provide tayo ng validation sa caller. Hanapin mo yung kung ano yung ugat sa problema. Siyempre, pag nahanap mo na yung ugat sa problema niya, makakapag-offer ka na ng maraming solusyon. And last is maging tapat ka sa caller. Iwasan mo din yung mga hindi malinaw na terms. Katulad nga ng sabi ko kanina, avoid slang words. Ayun. And syempre, wag gumawa ng mga pangakong hindi matutupad. Kasi 'di ba, may mga agents na syempre tumutulong sila and yung tulong na yun ine-expect yun ng mga caller nila. So pag nangako ka, expect nila yun sa'yo. Aasahan nila yun sa'yo. Next po, next iyan. Yan. So, incoming calls. So, ito yung mga steps para ma-handle natin yung incoming calls effectively. So, managing incoming calls is a key part of the call flow in many common uses cases. So, first, di ko na po babasahin isa-isa. Papaliwanag ko na diretso. So, first, kailangan palaging sagutin ka agad ng isang tawag and answer the phone in a professional and pleasant manner. Second, dapat lagi tayong prepared. Dapat may writing tool tayo sa ating tabi para nalilist down din natin yung mga kailangan yung ano sa nila. Third, pag pag sinagutin natin yung tawag nila, kailangan welcome natin yung callers courteously, and i-introduce natin yung sarili natin sa kanila and yung organization natin. Or, mayroong maraming controversies kung dapat ba nai-screen ang mga tawag sa telephone o hindi. And ginagawa lang din ito maliban lang kung kailangan talaga. One of the example is may mga caller na may hinahanap silang tao. So may mga phrase na isa kapag wala yung hinahanap nilang tao, may mga phrase ka na isasagot yung agent ng she's in a meeting or he's in a conference. So, itong phrase daw na ito, labis na daw siyang nagagamit. So, may chance na hindi maniwala sa'yo yung caller mo. So, yung most appropriate response na pwede mong ibigay ay yung unavailable or not available. Like, she's not available but I do expect her back in office at 3 p.m. And sumunod is isa sa dapat natin gawin kapag i-hold ang mga callers ay una, siyempre kailangan explain mo sa kanila kung ano yung reason ng kung bakit mo sila i-hold. And in case na maputol yung conversation nyo, hingiin mo yung phone number niya. And mag-promise ka na babalik ka agad, na babalik ka agad. And syempre, kapag ka pumayag naman siya, pagbalik mo, wag din kalimutan magpasalamat sa caller kasi sa kanilang paghihintay sa'yo. And yung six, offer to help the caller. So, ayun, um, mag, mag-offer ka sa kanila ng the best help na maibibigay mo. Seventh is terminate the call courteously. So, sabi ko nga kanina, wawakasan mo yung call mo sa kanila, yung conversation mo sa kanila ng maayos at may galang. And eight, do not forget, accomplish the message, sleep, and forward it to the person concerned for appropriate action. Leave a message when you leave your desk, follow through on promises, and keep a log of incoming calls. So, nandun na po yun. Pa-next po. So, ito po yung example, yung sample message sleep. Tapos, yung sa sumunod naman is telephone log of incoming calls. Pa-next, yan. Next pa. Yan po yung sa telephone log of incoming calls. Pa-next. So, kung may incoming calls, syempre may outgoing calls. As an office professional, you are often responsible in making business calls or placing calls for your supervisor. You must also effectively handle outgoing calls just like incoming calls. So, yung mga sumusunod, ito po yung mga tips kung paano mo ma-facilitate yung outgoing calls. So, una, yung plan your Plan your call. So, planning your call means maaari kang magkaroon ng mga buod ng halaga ng maaaring interes ng mga clients mo. Maaari mo ring kilalanin ang mga potensyal na connection sa pagitan mo at sa kliyente na maaari mo ding magamit upang mabuo ng mabilis at mahusay yung ugnayan yung dalawa. Second is know your number to call. So, ito, for incoming calls, para sa mga incoming calls, the number under two section is the user's numbers. Pag naman sa outgoing calls, the number under the from section is the user's number. Allow time to answer. So, to allow time means to give yourself time to do something or to leave yourself and bagay. Last is keep a record of outgoing calls. So, call recording gives you the ability to automatically record your incoming and outgoing business calls. Itong functionality na ito, extremely important siya sa mga business or companies na nais subaybayan ang kanilang mga agents upang matiyak ang kalidad ng serbisyong ibinibigay nila at makatulong din sa mga pagsisikap sa paglutas na hindi pagkakaanuhan at marami pa. Ayan lang po. Thank you.
Of identifying yourself when answering the telephone. Ito po yung mga pamamaraan para sa tamang pagsagot sa teletanong. Answering a telephone, can you say, First, name of the company and greet the caller. So, yun nga po, sasabihin mo muna yung company name mo, kung saan ka nagtatrabaho. Then, i-greet mo nga yung kausap mo. For example nga po dyan, nakalagay, University of Rizal System, good morning. Then, second po, yung name of the company and offer to help. Sabi po dyan, yung sasabihin mo yung name ng company mo, then itatanong mo nga kung paano ka makakatulong sa kanya. Then, i-greet mo din siya. For example nga, URS, may I help you? Office of the Attorney, Conception. Good afternoon. Clinic of Dr. Sabiano, may I help you? Then last is if the call has been referred to you by the telephone operator, say registrar office, Miss Coral speaking, department may I help? So yun nga po ang sabi diyan, yung then tapos na yung call na yun, ay yung operator yung nakausap mo. Yung mga nakalagay diyan, yun yung mga sasabihin mo dun sa ano nga sa kausap mo. Then next po, yan po next po. Next po yung how to screen the caller. In screening the caller, the secretary should acquire the following information about the caller. So, ito nga, first, complete name. Ang sabi dyan, first is yung complete name, the caller. Ito yung pinaka-need na information na makuha dapat ng secretary. Kasi ito yung pagkakailanlan ng caller. Siyempre, kung di nila alam yung name ng caller, hindi rin nila malalaman kung ano ang pagkakailanlan nun. Maaring isipin din nila na masamang tao yun. Kaya, need talaga na need talaga malaman yung name ng caller. So, next nga po is position. Second naman yung position. Dito yung secretary, need niya malaman kung ano yung position ng name ng caller. So, yun nga, itatanong mo kung ano yung position niya dyan sa trabaho niya, sa pinapasukan niya. Then, halimbawa nga, kung secretary ba to, manager, yung mga ganun position kasi isa rin to sa mga needed information in terms of details ng caller. Then, third is the company represented by the caller. Dito malalaman ng secretary kung ano yung pinagbibilangang company ng caller. So, yun nga, kailangan mo malaman ng isang secretary kung ano yung pinagbibilangan ng company na pinapasukan. Then, fourth is the telephone number of the caller. This is important kasi kung hindi alam ng secretary yung number ng caller, di rin siya matatawagan ng secretary. So, halimbawa nga, kung sakaling masagot na ng secretary yung message ng caller, yun nga, yung example nga na kung sakaling hindi masagot nga ng secretary yung message ng caller. So, fifth is to know the complete name of the person, the caller, wish to talk to. Kasi ito yung pagsasabihan ng secretary about do sa message na pinahahatid ni caller. For example, is yung caller gusto niya makausap yung CEO na company pero wala yung CEO. So, dito na papasok yung purpose ng pagtawag ni caller or yung message niya. Kung halimbawa nga wala yung CEO, the secretary will ask the caller what is his purpose to call para masabi niya rin sa CEO yung nais niya iparating dun sa caller. Then last, purpose of the call or message of the caller. So ito nga yung purpose mo kung bakit ka tumawag doon sa company na na gusto mong tawagan or mga need mong information about doon. So, yun lang. Next po.
Iyan pa ano po, pa next po. So, so next is how to terminate the call courteously. So courteously, when the caller has almost finished the conversation, the office professional should follow the should follow the following step in terminating call. So, pag alam mo ng pag alam mo ng pag alam mo ng patapos na magsalita yung caller mo, syempre need mo need to follow the step in tawag ito, in ano tawag ito, intermediate call. Yung mga step na yan para pa, para solusyonan mo yung mga problema ng caller mo. And ito po yung first is one, summarize the information given by the caller to make sure that the information has been taken down accurately. So sa first step sa first step ano tawag ito, kailangan mo pong i-summarize lahat ng binibigay niyang information sa iyo na na sa'yo sa tawag ito. Kailangan mo pong i-summarize lahat ng mga information na binibigay sa iyo. Siyempre, lahat po ng mga information na yun, sobrang mahalaga. Pag ganun po, kailangan niyo pong i-take down notes yung mga sinabi ng caller mo para alam po ng caller mo kung 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 nakikinig ka po or hindi. And number two po, and ask the caller if there are still anything more she would like to say. And syempre, another step yung syempre tawag ito, step is that you need to follow is tawag ito, mag magtanong ka kay caller mo kung meron pa siyang mga kung meron pa siyang gusto mga idagdag na question or information na 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 binigay niya sa iyo. And number three, and thank the caller thank the caller for calling, say thank you for calling Mrs. Janela. And sa next step naman po need to follow is to thank the caller for simply saying that thank you for calling Mrs. Janela. And dito po you need to make sure na palagi pong hindi pa you need to make sure na na, na magpasalamat tag ito, you need to make sure na papasalamatan mo siya bag, bago niya po imayin yung conversation niyo o yung pag-uusap niyo po. And four, wait the caller to hang up first before you placing the handset to to the to the receiver. So last step naman po yung last step naman po that you need to follow is kailangan mong hintayin na na siya na na siya mismo yung unang magbaba ng 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 cellphone or ng telepono. Siyempre, bago para kasing parang binibigyan mo po siya ng respect, parang po kasi parang nakaka-respectful po kasi kapag pag siya po yung unang magbababa kasi ito, kasi parang ang ganda lang po tignan kapag ganun po. Yan. So pa next slide po Adrian. And next is how to manage a a difficult caller. Handling difficult caller is no different when handling as an angry customer face to face inside the office. As an office professional, handling difficult caller is just part of our challenging work. Such situation will test your skills in in managing people, specifically unsatisfied or angry customer. Here are some ways on how you handle a difficult caller. So yung handling difficult caller, wala siyang pagkakaiba when handling an angry customer. Face to face sa loob ng opisina, syempre as an office professional, tawag ito, mahirap na lalo kapag part talaga siya ng work mo. But ito yung sitwasyon na parang inahasa ka o parang tinitignan ka nila kung paano mo ma-handle yung isang kung paano mo ma-handle yung isang sitwasyon kapag nangyari na o andun ka na sa isang sitwasyon na na kaharap mo na yung correct na customer ninyo. Syempre meron kang ways kung paano mo siya ma-handle yung caller. So first is listen attentively to the caller. So first is mahalagang makinig kang mabuti sa lahat ng mga tawag ito. Wait lang, ulitin ko na lang. First is mahalagang makinig kang mabuti sa lahat ng sa lahat ng sa lahat ng sasabihin ng customer mo sa'yo. Ayun yung pinakamahalagang at una mong gagawin when you handling a a difficult caller. Number two is stay calm and always use a level voice. So second is maging kalmado ka lang at laging maging mahinahon yung boss mo. Kapag kausap mo yung angry caller o yung customer mo, kahit na yung caller mo sumisigaw na siya, you need to listen carefully sa lahat ng mga sasabihin niya sa'yo. And number three, the caller finish stating his/her concern. So sa third naman, hayaan mo yung caller na matapos siya sa concern na sa mga concern niya sa mga concern niya sasabihin niya para alam mo yung mga kailangan ka lang sasagot o mahinahon ka lang sa kanya at para mas maintindihan mo yung mga problema na ini-instate niya o sinasabi niya sa iyo. And four is thank them for bringing the issue to use attention before offering any solution. So support naman po tag ito. Pasasalamatan mo yung caller mo for bringing the issue to you attention na mas mahalaga na magpasalamat ka sa kanya kasi nagtiwala siya sa iyo na sabihin yung mga problema at mga concern niya bago ka mag-offer sa kanya ng mga ano ng mga sa kanya ng mga gagawin mong solution about sa mga problema niya, para na rin matulungan mo siya sa mga problema niya. And five is if the caller is not satisfied with the solution, you offer us permission to the caller that you will transfer the call to a supervisor unit department who was address his/her concern. So sa fifth naman po is kapag pag hindi po siya satisfied or hindi niya po nagustuhan or ganun yung mga sinasabi mo i-offer mo siya tag ito in-offer mo siya in-offer mo siya sa solution sa problema niya. Mag-ask ka lang sa kanya ng permission na yung pag-usap niyo po i-transfer mo yung telepono sa supervisor mo para para masolusyonan siya ng maayos sa mga problema. And number 6 is be sympathetic and apologize when it is appropriate. So next is maging mas at humingi ng sorry kung siyempre kung meron ka na nasasabing mga hindi maganda sa color mo ay or nakaka-open na yung mga word na sinasabi mo, maging maunawain ka na lang dahil part talaga yun ng work mo at kailangan mo kailangan mo ng parang kailangan mo ng kailangan mo ng mahabang pasensya kapag nandun ka na sa mga sitwasyon na yun. And last is, number 7 is, always use positive statement. So, sa last part naman, uh, that you need is always to use a positive statement. Talaga, lalo na when you are handling difficult caller talaga. You need to positive mindset at lagi po kayong, parang, siyempre, pag may kausap po kayo, parang lagi lang po kayo maging positive. And at lagi mo lang itatatak sa utak mo na parang lagi mo lang itatatak sa utak mo na lahat ng lahat ng problema ay kaya mong masolusyonan. Yun lang po. Salamat po.
So, dun po natas yung report namin. Salamat po sa pakikinig.